We just tryna party. We armed and dangerous, ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious, outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we skimming in, hammers in, bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag, money. We armed and dangerous, ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious, outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we skimming in, hammers in, bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag, money, bag. Man in my city, told you I feel like Diddy. Better in Harlem, shorty a dickie. Yeah, come talk. I like it bada, I be a papa. I got the chopper, baby, just move. Kuda Matata. Yeah, run it back. Come on, let's party, let's boom. Soon as I step in the room, get in my bag. You cross the line, you boom. Yeah. I'm on your block with no ski. Yeah, I'm in the spot with my team. Yeah, 50 clip team with the beam. Yeah, she want the D. I make her scream. I make her bleed. This under my feet. Hold on. 25K for the fee. Running up babies on me, doing my dance, sipping low yum and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious. Outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we running up babies on me. Bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag, money. We armed and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious. Outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we coming in, hammers in, bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag, money. I told them let me through. Got the tool. Don't act the fool if you got shit to lose. I ain't come to lose. These niggas born, that's ice phone. And shorty bad, that's a Fendi bag. All of my comments say hey, niggas is mad cause I'm paid. I'm getting rich. Nigga, I'm on fire. Who want the smoke? Pull out the pipe. Pretty little bitch. This my type. Sheet up the D. I'ma drop the pie. Bet the money on us. Bet it. Bet you want her, I won't bluff. Nah, yeah. Bet you want her, I won't bluff. Yeah. Sturdy with it, hold on. 25K for the fee. Yeah. Running up babies on me. Yo, on my dance, singing on dangerous. Yeah. Ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious. Outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we skimming in, hammers in, bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag, money. We armed and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. My hood notorious. Outside we don't give a fuck. Keep it down cause we skimming in, hammers in, bins in, Cashmere, Gucci, bag. Money, yeah.
You give me the coldest shoulder, like it snowed in Florida. This came out of nowhere. Oh, I hope you noticed that it caused erosions all over my heart. How'd I let this go on for too long? I'm too strong, but I'm exhausted. To be honest, it's icy where I knew love is too much to keep on, can't feel nothing till it's defrosted. Lo and behold, now our home is snowed and 20-something below, and I can't take anymore. This is just what you want, now you reap what you sow. Baby, you're so cold. Your love is like an avalanche. 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 Remember all the nights I would shiver, I could cry you a river till it froze in the middle. You don't even love me a little. Turn a home to an igloo, cause there's no fire in you. Well, maybe I'm anemic, but baby, you're the reason that we're freezing right now. Why couldn't I see it? I'm losing all sense of my feelings right now. You're supposed to keep me warm, but you left me with no one. Your love is like an avalanche. Your love is like an avalanche. Your love is like an avalanche. Your love is like an avalanche.
The way I see it, we got one shot. Either we flop or make it flip. Had a dream, I took the team to the top and made them rich. Bright lights, I turn them to stone. Come take a glimpse. Got the people really singing my songs. Ain't that a bitch? Niggas see you trying to climb and shake the fence. Nah, niggas trying to take all your shine and shake your wrist. We all know a killer that's dying to take a risk. Cotty brought the Glock, so we might as well take a clip. Woke up today with a cold feeling. System wicked, had to go and build our own village. Making more riches ain't the sole mission. But fucking with the code might just go and get your soul lifted. I ain't gotta speak a word. Asking God to open doors for me. He told me keep knocking, it'll be your turn. Long as you live and learn. Yeah, cause praying ain't enough for this blessing. I gotta see you work. I'm eating the entree, never let the mind stray. That's another man down, if they let the nine spray. If I put your mans down, forgive me for God's sake. In a different mind state, how this gon' play out? I'm eating the entree, never let the mind stray. That's another man down, if they let the nine spray. If I put your mans down, forgive me for God's sake. How this gon' play out? I put some points up on the scoreboard. Heard they wanted fire, I supply it like a warlord. Saying that you love me ain't enough, you need to show more. Got them hanging by the soul cord. I've been on the east side, brother. All bangers, no B-sides, brother. If you see me, throw the peace sign, brother. I seen homies turn to fraudulent snakes. Ayo, but fuck it, appreciate you showing your face. Fuck them Harvey Dent niggas, can't afford them the space. I lace curses, don't get put into a vulnerable place. Let them know. Silly rappers wanna pass me, I could never let them. And I don't need expensive jeans to know I'm better than them. And I got Cuzzo by my side, he said you better get him. Love to my bros out in PR, I couldn't dare forget him. Yeah, I've been jotting intricate poetries, vibes, high quality, smell the poesy. Yes, I'm eating the entree, never let the mind stray. That's another man down, if they let the nine spray. If I put your mans down, forgive me for God's sake. In a different mind state, how this gon' play out? I'm eating the entree, never let the mind stray. That's another man down, if they let the nine spray. If I put your mans down, forgive me for God's sake. How this gon' play out? Are wicked, the vibes are different. I see them switching sides and picking the signs we're giving. I'm feeling like a bomb that's ticking. I line my vision and straight up from the grime, infested a God ascended. Funny how they steady be telling me I'm too laid back. Never change on 9 lives, I've been the same cat. Niggas steady blinded by cash, women and Maybach. But tell me how the opener killing more than the main act. How you frontin' a week later, you get your chain snatched. They don't know 47 is where the flame's at. I just need a time and a place and we can arrange that. Real dope is back, if you fiendin', come get your veins tapped. Rockin' with no lane. See me in the cut, I've been shining with no chains. On the day-to-day, we've been dealing with more pain. I've been chanting to the Lord just to give me some more strength, and with it some more change. Rockin' with no lane. See me in the cut, I've been shining with no chains. On the day-to-day, we've been dealing with more pain. I've been chanting to the Lord just to give me some more strength, and with it some more change. Never perfect, so I pray to the holy above me. Funny how the hate it grows, the more that they love me. No, I don't condone if the moment gets ugly. Get your foul sexed out, see them on Fox with holes in his scully. Slowly inching to get my foot in this bitch like rulers. Team looking like the army, we got all type shooters. Said you with it, but you water, we can see right through you. Wrong move and they leave you under a tree like Buddha. Took a pen with a pad and jotted my plans out. Moving left to right, then I sit and watch how it pans out. Knowing that I planted a seed, I can't let the land drought. Holding down the essence of rapping, these artists dance now. Damn. Conversations with blue checks. Playing chess, I'm plotting on what's my move next. Exotic odors got my mood set. Niggas gotta play hard to get the play off. Niggas throwing shots but they don't pick up on my radar. Spark a flame and these niggas pop up like a seance. Bars feeling like it's raid to these roaches, I let them spray off. Constantly been moving and grinding, I need a day off. Rocking with no lane. See me in the cut, I've been shining with no chains. On the day-to-day, we've been dealing with more pain. I've been chanting to the Lord just to give me some more strength, and with it some more change. Rocking with no lane. See me in the cut, I've been shining with no chains. On the day-to-day, we've been dealing with more pain. I've been chanting to the Lord just to give me some more strength, and with it some more change.
Baby, I can't lie to you. Lately I've been vibing on myself, so saying goodbye to you. It's more like a hello to something else. Don't know how, but I've been trying to stay happy on my own without your help. I don't like it, but I kinda do. No, I don't like it, but I kinda do.
They wanna see how I got it. I carry secrets in pockets. Hot topic shit from the jump. Keep feeling constantly popping. I swear to God, pinky promise. Not underneath it, I'm on it. I got your skeleton hidden away in my closet while I stay chasing the ball. No time for taking a pause. You stay complacently waiting for change of pace on my paw. Better stay the fuck up out my way, bitch. I'm racing the stars. Nothing but space up on that tape for you to shake and some salt.
It's not to be so safe, but that it isn't. It's always pain with bad intentions. I'm way caught up in my mind, but that's a given. Can I escape this state I'm living in? Can I escape? Can I escape what's wrong with you? Can I escape? Can I escape what's wrong with you? Baby, I can't lie to you. Lately I've been vibing on myself, so saying goodbye to you. It's more like a hello to something else. Don't know how, but I've been trying to stay happy on my own without your help. I don't like it, but I kinda do. No, I don't like it, but I kinda do. Kinda do.
Yeah, DL on the track again. Once again. 47. See, I'ma need the phantom at black tinted with stars on the ceiling. The family cooped up, chilling. My God, what a feeling. Got the lady laid up, smitten. She love how I give it, but don't you wait up, baby. You know I'm on a mission. Said she understands. Never see me take it from my brother's hands. We pop blocks, windmills, then through the running man. Walk up in that bitch like I'm the fucking man. Nigga, I ain't gotta move an inch. And still I travel to other lands. Moving in the fast lane, so they ain't living long. If the energy ain't matching, then I doubt we'll get along. Ay, playing roots reggae like my name is Junior Gong. Got my kinfolk in the section and the herbs are super strong. Cause everything has a time limit. I trade the money for divine riches. I don't argue, I just tell them that my mind's different. But I know the realest gon' feel it, so I don't mind gimmicks. Like what's the light without the pouring rain? Like what's the point of pleasure without knowing pain? So many ups and downs, but the road's the same. So much loss, but it's more to gain. Just keep the pace. Like what's the light without the pouring rain? Like what's the point of pleasure without knowing pain? So many ups and downs, but the road's the same. So much loss, but it's more to gain. Just keep the pace, yeah. Just a product of my influences. They say they fucking with my classics, they gon' love my newest shit. Fully focused, plus I got the truest bitch. Body, any feet, yeah, we going toe to toe, no matter who it is. Wish I had it all so I can give it back. A lot of artists like to do that fraud shit, I ain't into that. Run this back to back, I flow past them, but I just did a lap. Had to tell the homie life's a bitch, just don't get attached. I ain't got no diamonds on my wrist, ay. Still your lady tryna take a pic, ay. Ball like 23 but no assist, ay. Haters in the bleachers looking pissed, ay. Catch me on the east side, trade for is where I reside. Shout out to Carolinas, every fragrance of marijuana in my bloodstream. Niggas hop out with a pair of llamas and they snuff kings. Funny nowadays how they use people and love things. We've been through enough things, got it? Like what's the light without the pouring rain? Like what's the point of pleasure without knowing pain? So many ups and downs, but the road's the same. So much loss, but it's more to gain. Just keep the pace. Like what's the light without the pouring rain? Like what's the point of pleasure without knowing pain? So many ups and downs, but the road's the same. So much loss, but it's more to gain. Just keep the pace. 47. Did it again. Hey, yo, Gotti.
gotta fake it. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And be who you are. Just be who you are. You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And just be who you are. Every day when I wake up, do my hair and my makeup. Look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. I gotta get ready, I got places to be. Cause my future is all I see. I know my future's, but I know that I will be alright. And I know who I'm gonna be. Gonna be the greatest looking baby. Girl, you made it. I know I can do it. Just gotta push through it. It all depends on me. You're gonna make it. You don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And be who you are. Just be who you are. You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And just be who you are.
I'ma be honest. Whatever you pretend to be makes you your own worst enemy. Man, I wouldn't even waste the energy on them.
Who you are.
Yeah. Who you putting on for? Can't be overthinking how it's gon' go. Gotta go and open up your own doors. Like, I'm trying to tell. If you haven't, go and find yourself. Look in the mirror, remind yourself. You gotta be the one behind yourself. Easier said than done. Gotta see it through. Gotta be you. I believe in you. You just gotta believe it too.
You're gonna make it.
And you don't have to lie to kick it. You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it. Be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, just gotta take it. Be who you are. Be who you are.
You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it.
Just be who. Just be
Who
who.
you are.
Yeah.
No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it.
Just be who. Just be who.
Just be who you are. Just be who you are. Just be who you are.
You feel that, right? You feel that energy? We are one. One love. One life. Let's live it right. All I need is good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency. I'm talking higher G-O-D, yeah. Good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency. I'm talking higher G-O-D.
That rose quartz, that fluorite, crystal vision, intuition, foresight. Even my lucid dreams started getting more right. Now I waste more days and I live for more nights. I get high on life cause it feels more right, yeah. Tell me what's wrong from right. It's all connected, energy can never die. Born in the dark, but I chose to be the light. Look at me funny, I cut out your evil light. Words of advice, bitch, don't kill my vibe. No more depression, please don't kill my pride. Road of religion, I'm catching them green lights. Spread out my wings, I'm catching them free flights. Free as a bird, out of sight. Singing every little thing gonna be alright, yeah. Hey, all I need is good energy, high frequency. Give me that 528, 963, light up the sage. Smelling like hickory, tryna heal scars I got different type of injuries. Holistic medicine, different type of remedies. Human, but I'm feeling like a different type of entity. Dancing around the bonfire like aborigines. Looking at the stars, fascinated by the symmetry. Vibing with the tribe, I can feel the synergy. All this shit is real, what you thought it was a mystery. Manifested everything around me, literally. If I want it, then I gotta tell you what I really need. I really need that good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency. I'm talking higher G-O-D. Yeah. Good energy. I don't need no negativity around me. High frequency. I'm talking higher G-O-D.
Yeah, we taking over the meta, we taking over the verse. I ain't gonna say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up, we came. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game. They don't want smoke, that's on sip. I bring my A game, they on Z's, that's on rip. Keep the drama away from me, shit get crazy. I can't build with no fakies, that's on Davey. Yeah, meanwhile, kicking way back like an ad-lib back at Mac Crib. We was having a little bash to the world crash cause of the capacity. It was wild, brother. World hopping in style, brother. Drop the
What's up, man? How you been? Come on in,
Here, wait, we gotta scoot over just a little bit.
Taking over the verse. I ain't gonna say we the best.
Okay, here. There we go. All right, there we go. Ready?
Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game.
Just a little bit. Scoot over a little more, sir.
Oh, Brooklyn, you look so cute in your Brooklyn hoodie. Oh my God.
Wait. Scoot more in, Kelly.
Hi, Ralph.
Ready?
You look so cute, Brooklyn. I love
We
that.
taking over the verse. I ain't gonna say we the best.
You're muted. You're on a call.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry, let me just call Biggie because our door is locked. So.
This might put him in a VR. I'm just saying, we taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gonna say we the best, but I say we not the worst. Back done linked up, we came.
Right.
Put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game. We taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gonna say we the best, but I say we not the worst. Back done linked up, we came. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game.
Good. The Bobo VR.
I sure did. The Bobo VR, yeah.
Very good. Very
You got the
good.
camera angles figured out. You've got 3 cameras, so
Yeah.
you switch between. Teddy's gonna switch between 3 different camera angles throughout the set. And then we're gonna have apps as the avatar. So I can make you DJing in VR as well. And then
Very good.
Hi, Cherry Pie. There she is.
Oh, Cherry.
Sorry.
Let me talk to her. Yo.
I was a super issue with loading. Sorry.
I'm so bad at creating people
Good.
optimizer.
My stupid ass, I changed my name and now I can't open the door. So.
Oh no.
Yup. Thank you.
Hi, Angela.
I lost the key. You feel me?
Hello.
Hey. Come on, y'all.
I don't see the chairs.
You don't. The chairs are there. Hold on. No.
I mean, they're invisible for me, but I'll just stand up.
Oh shit. Improvise.
Hold on. Maybe it's still loading in. How are you?
I'm sitting on the other side.
All right.
I don't even know where to
Thank
sit.
you.
Where shall I sit? Over this side?
You can
Yeah, you can
sit
sit wherever you like.
Cherry, just move over a tad to your left, and then you'll be. Yep, perfect. Now you're in the chair.
I'm gonna take
Hey.
Maddie.
Yeah, we all be looking like any cheese and
I see you, Tony. You're over there smiling.
Let's go ahead and get started with the theme song, shall we?
This that bass drop, better tune in. Every day it's some new exclusive. It's a station, this ain't no podcast, so no show. Big salute to Cherry Pie in Brooklyn. Okay, let's go. Let that bass drop, let that bass, let that bass, let that bass drop, let that bass, let that bass drop, let that bass, let that bass drop. Hold on, wait. Oh, wow. We the vibe right now, We keeping up with the sound. We got your hits, and we got what's coming up underground. We in the meta like Vic, and we coming to your town. Okay. From horizon world to the entire world. Making noise, who set off the pay attention. We gon'
shout out to everybody watching on YouTube.
You heard it here first.
Hi guys.
This that bass drop, better
Make sure that you're following the Instagram at Bass Drop Radio. And if you go to the website, www.bassdropradio.com, right now it's throwback hip hop and R&B playing live on the radio station.
Hold on, wait. From horizon world to the entire world. Making noise.
Y'all ready for a great show? It's confetti or something? Confetti in the air, let's go. Awesome. Big shout out to Angel the Artist in the audience, Leroy, Nemo Dallas, huge supporter of the show, guys. Welcome in.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. It is yet another Altspace takeover with our friendly neighbors over from across the meta pond. We have with us here today Joe, Tony Stark, and the Tech Snob here with us. Welcome. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce you guys and start with Tech over on Cherry's side over there. Tech is a world creator with over 200 custom metaverse vehicles and over 60 metaverse over 60 metaverse spaces, excuse me. He is an event promoter for the entertainment, talent, and creating spaces. He has an IT background and with various application experience is the co-promoter and creator of the End of the World event. Ooh. Tony, here next to me, is an event coordinator and has collaborated with Metatech VR to host the End of the World event music festival. He is an encourager of creators on the platform and emphasizes the importance of winning together and being kind to others. So that's the homie Tony. Yes. And last but definitely not least, the homie Joe. Joe joined Altspace about 2 years ago, and shortly after getting together with Tech and creating Metatech VR, she's also an event planner and has participated in meta contests to display her decorating and event planning skills. She loves giveaways and is excited to continue her vision throughout the metaverse. So give it up for Joe.
Hey.
And thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having us, for sure.
So the way we like to start the show, most of the time is we'd like to start off with just a super simple question, and I would like to just ask everyone, starting with Joe, please, how everyone's week is going so far.
Mine's going great. Thank you for asking. Everything's falling into place all across, so my weekend's going good.
Great. That's always good.
Hey,
that's always
that's
good.
what's
Tony?
up. That's what's up. Yeah, my week's going dope, yo. This has been we expected this event to be big, but it's just all been falling into place. It feels like it's meant to happen, you know what I mean? Everything is going well. We're exceeding expectations, so it's kind of like a little bit pressure, but at the same time we're excited because it's gonna be dope. So the week has been a ride. It's been a ride so far.
Okay. Yeah. I would definitely have to say that my week is going great. You know, everything is busy and moving forward. Bass Drop is also a part of the End of the World event, so we've been working alongside these guys here, consistently and just getting everything prepared. So we're super excited for that to take place as well. Cherry Pie.
Yeah, it's super busy, super grateful for everyone who has just been working really hard on the event. You guys have been putting in crazy amount of hours and time and preparation for this. So I'm super excited to see how everything's going to go and how everything's going to turn out.
All right. Tech.
Well, I've had a good week. I mean, a busy week, but busy's good. So, collaborating with these guys, it doesn't even seem like work. This has been fun for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've been operating and moving forward, and we've of the same mindset. So it's been busy, but it's been fun. Some of us have different ideas of how things are done, but we always get together and we have compromises of how we're going to make it go, because we all want the same thing, that this is going to be the dopest event that's ever been thrown in Altspace. So this has just been fun for us at this point. It's a lot of work, but you know what? It's good. It's good.
And thank you for bringing that point up. I will go ahead and give everyone, just for context. So a lot of you guys may or may not have heard, our other platform, Altspace, is closing down. They are shutting down on March 10th. And so these guys, Tony and the Meta Tech VR team, which consists of Joe and Tech, they are Altspace natives. That is, their territory. They do amazing things over there, and so this event was in the works prior to Microsoft announcing their sunset, and so it kind of just worked out that way. And the event that I'm referring to is the End of the World event, and it's set to be for the sunset of Altspace, and it's taking place this Saturday, March 4th, and Sunday, March 5th, from 7 p.m. Eastern to midnight on both days. And so the world that was built by Metatech, which is Joe and Tech, and it's brought to you by Tony Stark and his Stark approved events, as well as Metatech VR. This is also being sponsored by the D Nice collection, as well as a lot of other amazing brands and companies. So yeah, let's jump into it. I would like to start by asking our next question. One moment here. Okay, so I would like to ask, how did you guys come up with this, the idea for this event? Joe?
Okay.
Oh, I'll let Tony answer that.
Sorry. Or Tony?
Yeah,
Tony?
I'll let Tony answer that. Yeah.
All right, I got you, homie. All right, so it was quite simple. I was coming off of the Tony Stark Mansion opening. I was like thinking about what I want to do next, not knowing the Altspace is going to be sunsetting, right? Because we didn't have a date on that yet. Initially, I knew I wanted to do a festival. I just didn't know who I wanted to do it with, because it was going to definitely be a whole team thing, right? Not a one-man show. So I came up to these guys. I mean, we've been friends for over a year now, so kind of just threw it out there. Hey, you guys want to do a music festival? They were like, we were just thinking the same. So I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. Let's get it. We kind of just got it popping from there. So we collaborated. Like I say, we've been friends for over a year. It doesn't feel like work. It's a lot of work, a lot of hours, but at the same time, it's like we're kin at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We were actually thinking of the same thing. Joe and I had independently spoke to some of the DJs about having a summer jam kind of thing. And then coincidentally, it didn't happen over the summer. And then Tony came to us and say, look, I had this idea. And I was like, well, we were discussing this with somebody else recently, but it just didn't happen. I said, so let's make it happen. And the thing is, we didn't even know that this platform was going to sunset at all. We just said, let's have a festival with DJs. But then, as it progressed, they said, okay, we're going to sunset. But that, in a way, that's probably what made this better than what it would have been if it hadn't happened, where they were going to sunset. Because that's when we decided to push harder, and we actually got more serious about it. It was like, oh, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. And it actually probably pushed us twice as hard to make it dope and try to get as many people involved as possible. You know, like this is just not our event. This is an event for everybody. You know, the DJs, especially with the DJs, because if you have a party, what you gonna do if you ain't got no music? You're just gonna sit there and talk to each other. So it was very important that we spotlighted these DJs because they're the ones that kept Altspace going. Any party, you have to have a DJ unless you're gonna play like a playlist or something like that. And you know, we're just glad that so many of the more prominent DJs that are in there decided that they wanted to sign up. And it wasn't even hard. We literally right now, we got people on the waiting list that wanted to be in this event. We probably could have had 2 festivals. It was probably like what, 7 more DJs that wanted in?
Right.
At least. So we was like, look, if somebody if somebody drops, we're gonna get you in. But right now, these are the ones that we're going with, unfortunately. But if you want to come through and shout out what you're gonna do, and pretty much that's what we said. We went around to all the developers, anybody who's had any kind of programs in there, anybody who had like talk shows, whatever you did up in there, come through. Tell everybody where you're going to be so they can find you again. And even if you didn't do things like that, like make things, make worlds, make cars, do whatever, make clothes, come in there with your friends, share your information. So it's a community, number one. Okay. That's why we did it. People have hurt feelings about this right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you hang out with people for a series of time, you get to know them. You know what I mean? So we like everybody come in, share your information where you're going. This is about the community, you know, our efforts, you know, that's what drove us to do it. It was like, we want people just to come and connect. If you're going to a platform, or tell your people where you're going to be, how to get in touch, you know, be friends on Oculus if you weren't friends before. If you have a favorite developer that's going to a certain platform, you want to follow them, come in and tell them where you're going to be, stuff like that. So that's what, you know, the whole thing was supposed to be on. And everybody just got on board with it and said it was a good idea. So, and then we just ran with it. And then Tony, Joe, and myself was like, we got to make this dope. You know, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That actually leads me to my next question. So you guys have been hearing us talk about Altspace shutting down, or the sunset of Altspace. So I would like to ask you guys, since that is your home as Horizons is to us, how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about Altspace closing? And what platforms are you guys moving to?
Right.
You want to go first?
I want to go first.
I'm gonna be honest. I shed some tears when I first seen the news. I'm almost getting choked up now. But I think it's one of those bittersweet things. You know, it sucks that it's coming to an end, but like we all say, it's pushing us into places we, you know, never really been in before or spent too much time in. So it elevates you at the same time, you know, so you get to try new things. So we're definitely looking into VR chat everywhere, even here. I mean, it's like, now we're like, hey, we're kind of just like floating around looking for a home, you know, in a sense. So like I said, yeah, it's definitely bittersweet. Definitely bittersweet. I'll miss it for sure. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah. And for me, to be honest, like, I got the headset to play games, and when I saw like social VR, I was like, oh, let me just go up in there and try everybody real quick. You know what I'm saying? But like pretty soon you realize like we're people right behind the headset, and everybody just wants to have a good time, share some good memories. And then eventually like I was like, look, I want to throw a party. Threw a few parties and they got really popular. You know what I mean? Broke a few records, no big deal. But you know, for us, it was Altspace is a community, right? Like, it's shutting down. It's sad, but we get to move on to other platforms. You know, there's Horizon, there's VR chat, there's any amounts of platforms to go to. Best believe on 10th of March, we're going to be on some boats on our way over here like refugees, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You heard? Right. You better get them rations out for us, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
you are welcome. You're welcome.
At the same time, though, it's, you know, it's all about being together. As long as we're together, we're going to be fine. We're going to be all right.
Correct. We're going to be all right.
Connection is important.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, we made some real close friends in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, lifelong.
A couple of them are out here right now. Look at Telly, and we got Paulina. Well, when it was Paulina out here, we got a couple more coming through. I just seen them long. They should be here. There's like a group of us. To Tony, we're all part of the same crew.
Yeah,
you know, and we know some of our most, you know, I don't know if I could curse on here, but you know, we know each other. We know each other. I curse a lot, but we know each other's bullshit. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We know each other's problems. We know each other's lives outside of this, and when things go on. So that's like it's a community that has come together in like a family. So we're kind of being displaced at this point. However,
Yeah. Same people, just different outside, right? Same
correct.
people. So
The good part about this though, and this is what I keep saying, I said at a certain point, we got comfortable. It was like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. We know we can do that. We can maintain. We plateau. You know what I mean? But this is causing us to get off of that plateau right now, where we've actually gone into different spaces like VR chat. You know, we're looking at the potentials over there now because it's like an open book. In Altspace, you're confined into a box that you can't really work outside of. You have limitations. But now it's causing us to look into other things where we're like, wow, we could do this. We couldn't do that over there. So it's actually a good thing because there's growth. And I hear a lot of the people over there in Altspace saying the same thing. We're sad to see it go, but it's a growing experience because it's forcing us to do other things. So in that respect, it's a balance for me. So
okay, cool.
for sure.
Okay. Could you all briefly tell us what skills transferred from outside of the metaverse that you brought in here? Because Joe, I know I was reading that you were interested in design, so you did a lot of design over in Altspace. So did you have any skills outside of the metaverse that you brought in here? Tony, you can answer that question. And Tech, you can also answer that question. Just because I know that there's a lot of people on this platform who are artists. Shout out to Angel Artists, who are artists or who are creators or who are builders or who are scripters, and they did that outside of the metaverse and they brought their skills in here. So I was reading that and really curious to see how you guys incorporated what you do outside in here.
Well, for me, outside, I do wildlife and outdoor photography. So, visuals and quality is one of my biggest things. I'm a stickler about quality. So, you know, and as far as designs, that's not something that I did. Or do in real life. However, I am the one person that will go to somebody's house and be like, yeah, I would have done this, I would have put this there, I would have done that doesn't match this, you know what I mean? So I mean, in my head I'm saying this, I don't, you know, I'm not rude like that, but in my head, you know, so it's always been something that I like to do, you know, placing things together. And then coming into Altspace and you know, utilizing the kits that were there it was kind of interesting in the beginning because you had to create with what you have, you know. So it was always something like, well, I can't wait to do my own things. I'm tired of, you know, having to use this color because that's all that's available. I want to do my own stuff. So that kind of generated, you know, that part of it. So it's fun. It's fun to me. I love all the small things, the details, everything about everything we do in here, you know. So yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
word.
that's
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, confetti for Joe, yo. That's dope.
Yeah, that's sick. Because I look at interiors and I'm like, hold
Why
on.
is that bowl there? Yeah.
Right. Why is that fluffy thing there? What is it? Can I lay on it? No, we can't. Like, why can't we lay on it?
Exactly
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, in real life, I've always said this, like I'm aware that VR for a lot of people is a social outlet for people that maybe, you know, aren't as extroverted as someone like me. I've been fortunate enough to be pretty social in my real life. You know, I've never really struggled to make friends or whatever, and I'm really grateful for that. For me, this is just an extension of that, and I recognize it. So for me, it wasn't really about making the most of VR and getting out and stuff. It was more about continuing to build those connections, but also, you know, recognizing once I realized, like, okay, my events get a lot of people. So what does that mean? You know what I mean? The platform that I have, it's got to mean something. So I looked at, I reevaluated a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm Tony Stark. So what does Tony Stark stand for? Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. You know what I mean? So charity is a big part of me in real life, and it is for Iron Man too. So I collaborated with the D Nice collection. Shout out to Maddie in the corner there. She's one of the brand reps.
Maddie.
So we put together the Infinity line, and that was a clothing line that I designed with a creator called Ryu. We put out outfits. You two have them for the festival. From that clothing line, we were able to donate donate money towards computing classes for kids from poor backgrounds. So we were actually able to donate 10 headsets, provide computer classes and building in the metaverse, online safety tools to kids, and parental controls to parents. We actually donated towards the Smile Honey Child project from Horizon World. We were able to help them enroll up to 14 kids onto the program. I think 2 of them started a real life business. So to me,
Shout out to Smile Honey Child.
the parties and the
amazing.
music and all the crazy stuff we get up to, that's all amazing. But that's probably one of my biggest achievements in here, that clothing line, because it was able to translate what we do in the virtual space into the real world as well. So for me, it's bringing the social skills, bringing people together, throwing events, but also making a difference at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Awesome. Tech?
Well, I have a background in IT and communications. However, I'm a realtor by profession. That's what I do in the real world. So some of those skills include marketing, where I have to, I got to know how to sell something to somebody. I got to know how to communicate things to people successfully in order to make a deal happen. So I brought some of that. So I think that's part of the reason why we're kind of successful too, because we have a product, or we have some things that people really like, and we do the best we can to give it to them in the condition that they're looking for. And usually people like what, I've never seen anybody disappointed with anything that we've created. And we know how to present that to people in a way that it becomes, pretty popular or something that they can be interested in. And I think that those kind of skills will translate into this space really well, especially in what's going on right now, because this is like, we had a conversation the other day that this is an $800 billion industry right now, and everybody sitting here, everybody out in the audience, we're at the ground floor of this. We're at the Atari generation of it, and we're all creators of some sort. So this is an opportunity for the people who are laying the ground right now to have a piece of that, where it's not always going to be the corporations that's going to take everything. So I think those skills that I have can help translate into this space.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
That's
I
amazing.
love that you guys are able to bring your specific skill sets in here and work together to make something happen, make something amazing happen. That's dope.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is this your first time, all you guys doing a music festival like this?
Together, yeah. I've done Joe and I, we've done educational things for people. Mr. Pleasure, he was one of our early supporters. He has an educational facility over there in Altspace. He teaches everything in there, and it's free. So he actually gave us one of our first platforms, and we actually, after we had won a car show, the first car show. As far as I know, it was the first car show in Metaverse, and Joe and I, we won that. What was it? I think it was 2021. Something like that. I can't remember. And then after that, we had another car show where we're actually more involved in judging and stuff like that. But he was the first one that actually really helped promote us in the beginning. And we actually went to his educational place, and we actually tried to support him to get more people. And it was people who were marginalized, and they wanted to learn different things. And he's actually an accredited school. So we were heavily involved in that. And then we've had our own events where we'll have like facilities where we have cars and stuff like that. And people come through. We have a couple nightclubs over there. So we've had a bunch of events as well. They've always been successful. We've always had a full. Tony's been to some of them. We always go to each other's stuff in there, so usually full. So we've been able to market these things for people to come through and have a good time.
That's dope.
Yep.
You guys mind if I ask a question? I'm sorry. Do you mind if I ask a question real quick for
yeah,
Tech?
my audio cuts out.
So I know you said that you've done like music festivals before. So I want to know, and maybe after you answer these questions, Joe and Tony, you guys can all answer the question of what should everyone be able to expect for the End of the World event? Because we are, people who are watching on YouTube and people who are in the studio right now, they want to attend. So outside of the DJs, everything, we want to know what to expect. But Tony was getting ready to say something.
Go ahead.
I just didn't want to forget to ask that question before we.
No worries. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, my audio be crazy. So plus it's like it's like in the middle of the night for me. So I'm delusional right now. You know what I'm saying?
You can make it, Tony.
Our UK friends, you feel me?
Right.
Whatever.
UK thing over here, the man them.
Right. The man them
So
over
for
there.
me, the man them.
Go ahead, Tony. You go.
So for
You talk
me,
first.
in terms of festivals, yeah, it's the first festival. For me, it's been about building on each event, right? So started out throwing a house party with like 12 people coming. I was like, oh shit, look at this. You know what I mean? And then go into like having 1,700 people come to an event. It's like, oh damn. So I built each time I did an event, I wanted to do something different. Funny enough, there's a lot of clubs that happen, but I've never actually done a club. I've always been about doing something different. So I've done mansion parties, pool parties, galas, mixers, charity events, that kind of thing. So for me, it was just building on that. So from having 3 different DJs at the Tony Stark Mansion opening, um, taking people through a decade of music, so from 90s to 2000s to current R&B and hip hop. I was like, okay, what's the next step music wise? I'm like, let's just get like 10 DJs or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and then we made it happen. And then
Right.
so we can, from there, we thought, once we collaborated on this event, we were like, all right, we've got to include DJs from everywhere. You know what I mean? Not
Right.
just Altspace. We've had Altspace DJs. Let's see what DJs from Horizon, from VR Chat, from the real world can do in Altspace. Let's try to bring people into the metaverse. You know what I mean? Make this community bigger. So in doing that, we as a collective, we decided we would have 10 DJs, and we reached out to a few, but then so many reached out to us. We literally have almost twice as many DJs
Right.
as we can accommodate. So
Correct.
there might be a
That's right.
part
We
two
can
at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, on another platform, possibly you can just
Possibly.
do
VR chat. We have
another.
everybody.
Yeah,
Another
Joe. So, have you participated in any other festivals, or is this also going to be your first one?
This will be my first festival. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, once he came, and it all started happening very quickly. As soon as Tony started, brought the idea to us, it was like the next day. It was like, all right, what are we doing? How are we this? So it was very fast moving. Daily communication. A lot has been going into this event. So it's gonna be dope.
Right.
Just
We're in the
excited
third
for
month
it.
of planning.
There's been
Yeah.
no days off, y'all. There's been no
Yeah,
days off. It's a
none.
whole
Zero.
weekend. 10 hours of music.
Mhm.
It's like we have stage management. Shout out to Jedi DVJ. He's played an integral
Yes.
He's
part of
dope.
this. We could not.
Man.
This event is
Yep,
not
he's
possible
dope,
without
definitely.
that man. He's been coordinating
Oh
all
my God,
DJs from
yeah.
all different
Right.
platforms. Meeting them, setting up streams. Shout out to Maddie. She's been taking care of all the communications, the
Yes.
business side of things. It's like the 3 of us get the spotlight for the event, but there's so much more that goes into it. Like we would feel like imposters taking all the credit. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That's
It's
right. We have
it's
so
all the
many people
sponsors,
behind the
it's you
scenes.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know-
there's a
So-
lot that goes on.
So let everybody know, like the YouTube audience, people here in the studio, if I'm coming into this festival for the first time, like, okay, I know there's going to be 10 DJs over 2 days. What else can I expect out of this festival? What can I look forward to?
Let me answer that one. It's gonna
Okay.
be
Go
dope.
for it. Go for it,
As
Jack.
far as I know, and I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody else. As far as I know, it's never been done before. There's never been 10 DJs in the metaverse. Good DJs, really good DJs, and some of them are renowned, coming into the metaverse space on 2 different days. It's almost like a Woodstock for DJs. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
That's what you can expect. You can expect like a Woodstock for DJs in the metaverse. I've never heard of that before, and we decided that
Neither
that's
have
something we were going to try. You're going to see holograms in there. You're going to see people's logos floating over stuff. It's going to be dope. We don't want to say everything because we don't want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to see
Quality.
people
Let's just say quality.
Correct. The world is dope. The world is dope. The planning is dope. I can't see where I don't see where we have a weak point in this event. We planned it so meticulously, for the last, we're going into the 3rd month of planning at this point. So I feel as if that it's going to be a great experience. If you've never experienced anything in the metaverse, make an Altspace account and come to this because it's going to be
Hell
dope.
yeah.
Gotta be there.
And I think
Hell
that and the reason why we want it to be so good is because this is it. That's the last weekend up in there. This is the one that's going to set this platform off. It's going to send it off into the sunset. But like I always say, when there's a sunset, there's a sunrise somewhere else because we're going to be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And this is an opportunity to give it its due.
That's
We
what's
had a
up.
lot of fun up in there. You know, we had a
That's
lot of
what's
fun,
up.
but it's time for us to move on. But we're gonna kick it off like this, and it's gonna be dope. So don't
Hell
miss it. You
yeah.
don't want to miss it.
It is.
Anybody who
It's gonna
wants to
be
make an
so dope.
Altspace account, you can still make an Altspace account and come through. You know,
Yep.
it's gonna be on the 4th and the 5th from 7 to 12. It's
Mhm.
an all-inclusive event. Everybody's invited. Your friends, you know, people. You know, I don't want to go there, but
Your
even if
pets,
people aren't
anyone
your
from the
friends,
spirit
they can
realm, you know
come
what I mean?
through.
Everyone,
You know,
everyone's welcome. That's what
everybody's
I'm talking
invited.
about.
Everybody's invited. There's,
Mhm.
Hell
it's,
yeah.
this is it's love. It's all love. Because even in the
All love.
community, you know, even the community, there's some people you might not get along with, some people might get along with. But you know, screw all that. Screw it. Let that all that craziness go. Let's all get together and say, yo, we had a dope time. Let's all come in and set this off because we've had some good experiences in here, and this is the way we're going to do it. And that's the mindset we want for everybody that
Yeah.
shows up. That it's all love, no matter what.
Yeah. And just like, you know, adding on to that, you know, before I put my sort of input into that, I just want to say, yo, everybody watching on YouTube, subscribe to Super. Go follow Bass Drop Radio on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Follow your boy Tony Stark, Joe, Tech Snob. Follow us. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, let's get it. Let's get it popping. This event, so the theme for it is street race, right? We based it inspired from, you know, movies such as Fast and Furious, that kind of thing. It's a music festival. There's going to be 10 DJs over 2 days, like you guys know. We have Bass Drop in the house. They'll be interviewing some personalities of the metaverse and some, you know, developers, and so there'll be a lot of information shared. It's a networking opportunity too, because not only are all spaces going somewhere else, you guys are getting all spaces coming to where you guys are. So, you know, it's a good opportunity to connect, see what the common ground is, so that when we do come out on them boats as refugees, you know what I'm saying, you
Right.
guys have
With
some
our
rations
slippers.
for us, because we're gonna be starving
Right.
out here.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a home. Need
Right.
something.
Right.
A tent.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
so
look.
sad.
Y'all know y'all can take refuge anytime at Bass Drop Radio. You know we
Okay.
love y'all
Appreciate
over
it.
here.
Come with
So.
my
Thank
Yeah.
you.
my
Thank you.
sleeping bag.
Listen, I got the back room converted. Don't worry, we'll turn the
Okay.
studio
I'll get
into
the
a little.
couch.
You know what
I'll
I'm
go
saying?
lay down on the couch and we just put like a blanket for a curtain or something.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
it.
that's
Right
all I
there.
need. I only need that and my computer, and I'll be happy. That's it. That's all. I
Right.
need.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
what's
Because the
up.
Wi-Fi is
That's
jumping
what's
here. You know what I'm saying?
That's all. I need.
We got good
That's all I
internet.
need.
You feel me?
That's all I need.
Sometimes we're pushed out of our comfort zones to try different things, and
That's right. I
who
agree.
knows, it may even
Mhm.
be, you know, for the better, you know what I'm saying,
It
just to
is.
be able to
Yeah.
try something else and to spread your wings out throughout other platforms.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever a good idea to only be in one platform. I think it's
100%.
really good to try everything, because all of these
Right.
VR platforms have something different to offer.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had the pleasure of being in Altspace, even if it was like a short period of time, and I was like, wow, you know, there's something over here that we don't have in Horizon Worlds that would have really been helpful, you know, had we had it, or
Yeah.
vice
Yeah.
versa. VR chat has its
Right.
own nuances, and spatial has its own nuances. So it's kind of cool to because I want to know your experiences when you go to these other platforms. I want to know, well, what is working over there for you, you know, that maybe wasn't working in Altspace, and maybe
Right.
how that experience is
Right.
different than everyone else's.
I can answer that for myself. Joe, that probably agrees too. VR chat. Like I said before, we're out of our box right now in VR chat. It's amazing. But what Altspace did teach us is to work within limitations. So that's a good thing too. But now we really don't. So we can go crazy over there right now because we could do all the things that we ever wanted to do before. The possibilities are there. And we've already put in places in VR chat already. We've already placed. We have things that are right. We do have things in there in PCVR already.
Cool. That's dope.
So it is an opportunity for growth 100%. And this situation actually forced that to happen. And we'll also be moving into spatial as well. Actually, this template that you see there possibly will be going in there, but it's definitely going into VR chat. So if anybody needs a spot for a venue or anything like that, you're welcome to use it. You're welcome to use that for a venue. If you want to throw a concert, just let us know and we'll make it happen. Just let us know what you want to do.
Yeah,
and you can
cool.
use it.
Speaking of spatial, if anybody out there is on spatial, add me as a friend. I'm on spatial. It's Cherry Pie, 3 Ys. Add me on spatial.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Nice.
So for me, what works and doesn't work in other platforms, well, first of all, hey, it's good to have arms. You know, my hands on floating.
It's nice to have elbows, huh? Yeah, it's nice to have some elbows.
Right.
You feel me?
I'm still a paraplegic with no legs, but you know what I mean. We'll get there
I mean,
eventually.
we're all floating. You know what I'm saying? Other than VR chat.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But on a more serious note, you know, with Horizon. I always say, I think me and Brooklyn were talking about this the other day. I feel so lucky. I feel like I just feel a lot of gratitude because a lot of Horizon folks have reached out to me personally, and you know, you guys have been so welcoming and you know, so kind. It's quite daunting going into a whole different platform when you've been on one for such a long time. The way I like to put it is, you know, how would it feel if one day Meta announced, okay, Horizon is going to be gone in a month, you know?
100%.
And imagine being on that platform. Some people have been on there since 2018, if not earlier. So people are genuinely traumatized right now in Altspace. Every day you hear stories every day, you know, it's really sad on there right now. But that's what we're hoping to do with this festival. We're hoping to spark that energy back up. Everybody comes together, has a good time. With the event itself, like we planned it to be a music festival, but when the Sunset news came out, the community named it the End of the World event. We didn't name it. We were actually still, you know, brainstorming names for the festival. So we were like, okay, you know, give the people what they want. But then, you know, talking about the template going into VR chat, I like VR chat. It is definitely. It doesn't have limitations, right? But at the same time, for me, what throws me off is you'll be with the homies, right? You'll be chilling. One of you's a plate of pizza, you know what I'm
Wants a
saying?
donut or something, right?
I'm like,
they got a banana
I've been a
coming.
croissant a few times. I love my
Nah, you know what
croissant
gets
one.
me?
Yeah.
You know what gets me in VR chat? The amount of children, but also like the ability for people on PC to come in and crash an entire server. Just out of spite, you know, like it's so frustrating having like getting kicked out multiple times and trying to get back
the
in.
Wild
And
West.
it's bad over there. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's fun,
but it's crazy.
You just got to keep opening your own like
crazy.
instances, stuff like that, and just leave it open to friends. I don't even think I go into public things anymore. I just create my own, just so I don't, you know, bump into that.
Right.
Yo, I low key went around signing autographs for like 45 minutes in a public instance. They were like, yo, Tony Stark, Iron Man. I was like, yeah, what's up, homie?
Yo, I'm done.
I was like, yo, cash out me like $10 for an autograph. I signed them Avatar titties.
Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. You're a mess. You are a mess. Well, I'm glad that you guys, I'm so happy that you guys are feeling super welcomed, you know, from the Horizons community. And I hope that, you know, this is an encouragement for the Horizon community to go out to Altspace and interact with everyone and, you know, participate in this event and get to know, you know, our new Horizons, potential prospective new Horizons, you know, community members. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It's happening this weekend, both on Saturday and Sunday, March 4th and 5th, 7 p.m. again, Eastern to midnight on both days. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man. I mean, I will say, I can empathize how, you know, how hard it must be to, you know something be so familiar, platform be so familiar, and then to have it kind of just disappear from one day to the next. But I hope
they
you
had a
guys come
countdown
and
in
rock
our
with it.
head.
Right, they
Going.
did.
Yeah,
there was
they
a
had a
countdown in
countdown.
our head.
Yo, that
Oh
was
my
solid.
God.
You didn't know it.
Yeah,
That's
we
like,
did the
so
look
let me
upside the
tell
head
you.
like
That's
this.
like the
So
slow.
let me tell you.
That's crazy.
So
That's torture.
before they even mentioned it, it was me, Scream Cream, Paulina. It's hard calling you out here. And a friend Ruff. We're all just hanging out, and you know, in there we could get pretty close to each other. And I'm kind of like, I said, yo, there's like a number in your head. Is it in mine? We look in there, it was like in the 60s or 70s or something. I was like, I wonder what that is. We're playing around. Oh, are they gonna blow us up? You know, this and that.
Yeah, no clue.
Come to find out, then the
countdown.
announcement came in. I'm sitting here. I said, wait a minute. There's
They
20
put
days
time
left.
bombs
20 days
in
left.
your
I said,
They
head.
did us
were
dirty like
literally
that.
counting
They did us
us
dirty.
down.
We didn't even know. We
That's
like, yo, you got
crazy.
a
They
number
put
in your
time
head.
bombs in your head.
Nah,
and
they
that's
wild.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah,
They shut
I
down
was
like the
come on
Matrix.
now.
They
For
did
real.
that.
Right.
They did. I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen when it hits 0. You're just going night night.
They put
like,
time
you know
bombs
what?
in your head.
They did.
Pretty much.
Like
They didn't care.
James
That was
Bond.
wrong. It was like, what's this number in your head?
Yeah.
That is traumatizing. They put time bombs in your head. That's insane.
Before even
It's giving
announcing
Rush Hour 1 vibes.
Before even
That's
announcing
something.
it.
They must have
It
been
was like in
testing
the
it.
high 60s when I
Correct.
first noticed it.
Yep. Some people noticed it even beyond. Like it was
Yeah.
in the hundreds, and we were like, "Why do we have these numbers in our head?"
Yeah, there was
We
a
never-
few
yeah.
months back we seen numbers in there. Didn't know what it was
100%.
about.
This
So they've
is just
been
my
playing this.
personal. This is my personal experience. I think all of this is like a like social experiment, right?
Oh.
It's data.
You gotta- you
A
gotta-
social
Data collection.
simulation.
You got to think about it. It's like we're all in, you know, these, we're in physical meta bodies, right? And then they do something
Right.
that's kind of traumatizing to a whole community to
That's
see how
true.
the community is going to react to it. Like they're putting time bombs in your head because they want you to discover that. Like that's not,
Right.
they
Let's
want
see
you
how
to
they
know.
react.
Right. So
Right,
it just
right.
feels more like a social experiment. I think all of this is a social experiment, really.
Right. I believe they're collecting
it's
a
like a-
lot of data at this point.
So to a
of
degree, it is.
what we do.
Yeah.
Data
And,
mining.
and that's
degree, it is.
marketing. It's marketing.
mining.
You know, they
Yep.
know
Right.
it's what you do, your moves, how you interact with people,
Mm.
how you interact to changing conditions, stuff like that. There's a lot of investment in this because in the future, when we have the metaverse that everyone's talking about, like the metaverse,
Right.
That's
The fully
important.
realized metaverse.
correct.
Mhm.
They will have a lot of information on how to drive that and to market it, and it's worth a
Yeah.
lot. So
Yep.
this is like beta testing or even alpha testing at this point. You know.
Oh, for sure. They have
yeah.
way far advanced technology than what they're
Correct.
letting us utilize.
100%.
But
Yeah.
it's I
Mhm.
think for me, it's kind of cool with what we've been able to do with how little we have. I mean,
Right.
even
It
from
is.
this platform to Altspace, you guys being able to put on such a huge event with really
Constraints.
you know,
yeah.
starting with a blank space, you know,
Mhm.
really,
Yep,
and then
yep.
and building that up, and then reaching out to the community and making those connections within the community to bring people together is super dope.
It's so
Horizon
dope.
Worlds also strives to do that, to start off with kind of this blank slate and build something
Yeah.
amazing and bring people into
Right.
it.
We're
but-
basically
but-
pioneers in this space,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
like we say
it's
that all
cool.
the time, but
I like some of the
we
clubs in
really
here that
are.
I've been in. They're
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've been
I
spending
am
more time
enjoying
in
my
here.
time in
Yeah,
here. You know
for
what? You know
sure.
what I'm enjoying? I mean, I'm not a builder in here
Mhm.
as of yet, but
Right.
if somebody want to teach me how to do some things, I'm open to it because, like I
Reach
like I
out.
was-
Look, Angel,
what I'm
Angel
saying?
the artist is in there.
What I'm
She
gonna tell you
did it.
guys,
Yeah.
I have all
Brooklyn Bills.
I have respect for
Um,
you guys like
Yeah.
crazy because I've been in here trying and the intricacies of it. You have to have some patience. You know,
You know,
so-
I
so
told-
it takes a lot
I
of
respect
skill
what
to
you
do
do.
that.
I respect what you
I
guys
joke
do.
I joke around with everyone. I always tell them I'm like, you know, the saying goes you go to New York to be taken seriously, right? And it's almost like so it's the idea, not that you aren't taken seriously on other platforms, because I think, you know, being able to build from Blender using, you know, Unity and all of those things is amazing, is a game changer. But I think coming in here, kind of they give you the basics, right? The
Right.
basics of the basics, and it's like, all right, here you go, right? Put it together. Let's see what you can do. And
Right.
and like Cherry was saying earlier, I think it's amazing the caliber and the quality of what has come out of 15 primitive shapes, because
Right.
everything
I've
you
seen
see
some of
around
it.
you,
Oh
yeah, is only it's the same 15 shapes.
I got a
Regardless
couple
of how you
favorites
see it.
already in here. I got a couple favorites.
Oh, yeah, for
it's,
sure.
It's
in
mind
here.
blowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do
Some
their
of the
thing.
world.
That's
You know what I
great.
mean? So
That
It
that
takes an
abandoned,
absorbent amount of creativity
it
to
does.
take something
Yeah.
that's blank
Yeah.
and then to add music and then DJs and screens. I'm so jealous you guys have screens and you can like
Screens
you,
and
import
you guys are
media.
getting that. Trust me.
That's
You guys are
Like,
getting
all
that
that's
soon.
going to be
That's
coming
gonna-
soon.
You
Girl,
got,
not
you're getting
anymore.
it. You're getting it.
Sorry,
Trust me.
not anymore.
Well, there's
Uh-huh.
other platforms that, you know, Spatial has that capability, which is cool.
Yeah, spatial.
But
VR chat
um,
has it too.
And VR
Yeah,
chat
it's
does as
just
well.
you got to
Um,
operate it through PC, like going in on PC VR. That's what I love about VR chat. The quality and the just everything else that you can do through PC
Right.
is just amazing
It is.
in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We'll be
miss the
getting that
screens
soon.
for real
You
though.
will.
Like in VR
Yeah.
chat, you have screens, but the way Altspace did it, you could literally have your computer
Anybody.
screen
Right.
in front of you.
I mean, what I
Well,
gotta say about
spatial,
this place,
spatial, you can mirror your
Mhm.
computer screen.
I
so
believe that
definitely
Horizon
check that
Worlds
out.
is the destination.
Nice.
That's what I believe, because
Mhm.
I just believe that in my opinion, I believe a lot of these other metaverses are the roadmap, but I believe this is where the destination is going to be
Well, they have the
ultimately.
power to,
As
Yeah, they have
as-
the
Well,
money
yeah.
and the back.
Yeah,
They have the money, they have the
power, that's what I'm
resources,
saying.
they have the
Yeah,
backing. Right.
They have the Zuck.
Correct.
They
Right.
have the
Correct.
Zuck.
Yeah.
And as it grows and more ways are implemented into it, where more people are
Mhm.
attracting on the building standpoint, this is going to be I believe this is going to be the destination, to be honest with you, in my opinion, because it just has everything that's required for that, and it can be implemented in the future when they want to do it. There's no reason why this platform can't have a video player right now. It will come, in my opinion. It will definitely.
Oh, it's
come.
already in here.
Right,
Have you ever been to
right.
some of the events that they have meta throws in here? They got the
I've never.
screens.
Okay,
Right,
well,
exactly.
there you
They
go.
got the screens.
There you
We
go.
just don't have
Waiting.
access
Yeah.
to it.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
point in case from what you said. The capabilities there were just
Right.
restricted to it, right?
Correct.
It's,
Correct.
Mhm.
This is
We're
the
just
destination, though.
restricted. Yeah.
This
it's
is
the
the
destination.
destination.
I mean, speaking of the destinations, I've said to a lot of people throughout this time since we found out about the sunset. There's a lot of accomplished people in Altspace, but unpopular opinion in the room. We're not going to be the accomplished people that we are in Altspace when we come to Horizon. So we're very mindful of that as well. You know what I mean? We're relying on you guys to show us around. Like I haven't even seen a lot of the worlds in here yet. I've seen like a handful of worlds so far, so I haven't even scratched the surface of the iceberg.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
But
you.
it's
Yeah.
all about being humble. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna come in like, oh look, I'm throwing these events. Like I don't even know how to set up an event. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's just being real.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a learning curve.
Do
and,
you guys
we're
have
gonna-
do you have a Discord for all of the people in Altspace that's coming over here? You should start a Discord
There
if
is
you
one,
don't
yeah.
already, because then that way you
There's
can
a
help each
Discord,
other
yeah.
out. Because I
Mhm.
think right here the main thing is like community, right? And so if even if you have your own community of folks coming over from Altspace to come here and you stay
Yeah.
connected, like if Tony, you learn how to do something, you can share that. You know what I mean? Like it's just a great way to share information. I'm just
Right.
a big I'm big on organization. If you haven't met me yet. So I
Yeah, me
love
too. I'm the same
I
way.
love
Yep,
things
yep.
being in this kind of nice
I'm
package.
practically a
So
psycho
yeah.
when it comes to organization.
Yeah.
so
The
having
amount of group
someone
chats we
to
have for this event, like
Right.
it's crazy. There's a group
Every
chat
one
for
of
I
us
think
is
I'm-
like the
I think
same
I'm in,
way.
like,
You should
3
just
of
you
them.
could just imagine how these conversations go
Hey,
between Tony, Joe, and myself,
good.
because we have some of the same organizational skills. Sometimes we want to do it different types of way, but
Yeah.
we do meet often. Sometimes we butt heads, you know what I mean, but we all love each other, but we find a way to work through it, and that's
Yeah.
the way. That's the reason why
That's what's up.
this event is going to be so successful.
Yeah.
We don't have egos amongst each other. You know, we
Nobody's
come
trying
up
to
with- right.
outshine anybody.
That's right.
Nobody's trying to, push their own agenda. We have a main goal, right? We all want to throw a festival. What do we need to do to make that happen? Even if we have, different ideas, we're like, okay, how can we make it work for everybody? That's what's different over here, where when you have a lot of people involved with organizing an event, sometimes it can get crazy with different personalities or whatever, but none of that over here, to be honest. And I'm not even just saying that, like, it's just, it doesn't even feel like work, although it's a lot of hours. You know what I mean? It's I mean, I
Right.
don't think I've slept properly for like a week, but
Right.
it's not it's
Tony took
feel
it. He's like,
it's
I
the
got
quantity of work and the quality
Join the
that's going to come
club.
out of it. But at the same time, like, we have a common goal, and that's what we focus on.
Right. And I have seen a lot of love come from Horizons to support us. I mean, we're throwing an event, and I see a lot of Horizons names that I have seen. We appreciate that, because like I said, like Tony said, imagine if your platform was going down. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you guys coming through and saying, we understand your situation. We want to support you, and how you guys want to go
Yeah.
out over there. So
Agreed. Yeah.
that's dope. We appreciate that. I'm gonna be hanging out here. When I come over here, I've tried building a little bit, but I like going into some of the clubs that are here. I do like the atmosphere with that. It's nice. So Joe and I've been
Trying to
hopping
start the
around.
building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, clubs are popping in here. I'm not even gonna hold y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the party scene in here is really, really dope. That's one thing Horizon Worlds does very well. which I think is, you know, kind of like goes without saying, right? Because Horizon Worlds belongs to Meta. Meta was Facebook, and they just have this amazing way of like just making everything like super like social and interactive and yeah, just an amazing experience. So I'm so glad that you guys are going to be coming over here with us and, you know, exploring other platforms. Like Cherry mentioned earlier, we're extremely here at Bass Drop Radio. We're extremely big on, you know, being out there and exposing ourselves to more than one medium, right? And so, yeah, I'm super excited about all of this.
Right. We're
So
glad you
let's see
guys are
where we at.
coming. We appreciate you guys, you know, putting
Yeah,
our
you guys,
platform
you guys
here
are part
and
of this
giving us a
festival. Yo,
voice.
Bass Drop's gonna
You
be in
know,
the house.
that's
Bass Drop
dope.
Radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
On site. They got a broadcast booth.
We got a whole booth, y'all, in the corner. So y'all better come rock with us. Come to the booth, say what up. Come show love to all the DJs. It's gonna be bomb. You know, there's gonna be all types of music. Anything that you're feeling, any mood you're in musically, you're probably gonna be able to find here at any given hour. So definitely come out and check all of that out. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming on to the show today.
Appreciate
and
it.
thank you so much for sharing everything with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no, thank you for being here. I just want to go ahead and give you guys a chance to put your social medias out there and, you know, let everybody know where we can find you guys, where we can, you know, check up on you guys once you guys lose your home, because that is coming, unfortunately. Yeah, so whoever would like to start first.
Well, we're Meditech VR. You can find us there on Instagram. We're moving in. We're losing our home, but we're going to move into a bigger one. So
that's right.
You know, that's how we feel about it.
That's what's
you know,
up.
And that's what I said in my first post when we found out. Keep your head up. This is we going up. It's going up. You know, it's so
exactly.
So you know, that's where you can find us. We're going to be operating in a couple different metaverses. We're not in here yet. But you know, we're learning. I'm always willing to learn. I'm a student first. I'm gonna keep it real. When I went up in there, I didn't know nothing really how to build and stuff like that. I talked to people. People drop gems on me. People like Joker, Real MC, Maddie Boy. I looked at artsy stuff. There's so many. There's mad people that I just looked at their stuff and they gave me gems on how to do different things. You know, so I'm a student of it. You know, I would never say that I know everything, you know, because that's what it's about, just growth. So
that's well said,
right.
Well
so
said.
if I come over here, I'm willing to take advice from anybody if they're willing to give
learning,
it.
you're dying.
You know, so I'm ready.
Right. Yeah. Well, you guys can find me on Instagram everywhere. Really, as Tony Stark VR. I mean, I have a few followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? No big deal.
He's downplaying it, y'all. Don't let him play y'all. Don't let him play y'all like that. Nah, but check him out at Tony Stark VR, because there's definitely some dope content on there and more to come. Joe?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm joe.8vr and also part of Meditech. So any account, you can reach me at both. Reach us for sure.
Yes.
Hey.
And then I guess I should probably go ahead and address the fact that my name has changed. So
she's not a bandit no more. She cleaned up her act, yo. She cleaned up her act.
Listen, I've reformed my ways. I've grown up, and I've decided that the bandit life is no longer.
The probation officer left.
You feel me? Shit. Listen, I had to change my name real quick. You know what I'm saying? Clean slate. But nah, this is what it is. It's still your very local friendly neighborhood bandit, Brooklyn Bandit. I am now the Brooklyn Brit VR. You can find me here at Brooklyn Brit VR or on Instagram at Brooklyn Brit VR as well. You know, again, same old bandit, same shenanigans, just a new name, right? New and improved.
Shenanigans. Yep. Yes.
Same shenanigans, right?
All about the shenanigans, yeah.
Right. Cherry, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, if you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me at I am Brittany Cherry. On Instagram.
Where can they find you if they don't want to find you though?
If they don't want to find me, don't look for me.
Right.
Very simple. You know what I'm saying? Don't look.
Oh man. All right, y'all. Well, that's about all the time that we have tonight. I just want to say thank you guys so much yet again for rocking with Bass Drop Radio. We are Horizon World's #1 radio station. Hey. Guys, if you have any music, if you are a creator, a scripter, a builder, if you are a misplaced Altspacer, please, we want to hear about it. hit us in the DM at Bass Drop Radio on Instagram, or you can email us at businessadmin@bassdropradio.com with any music, any projects, anything that you want us to check out. Please feel free to, stop by and say hi to us. We do not bite. That is what we have for y'all tonight. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one.
Hey.
I love this computer.
Right? I go back to Altspace.
Can we get some glitter?
Me too.
That'd be dope.
We find ourselves we get happy over there when we just start doing this.
Glitter would be messy as shit, you know what I mean?
Right?
Mess everywhere. It reminds me of them glitter bombs.
Oh, you'd find glitter in places you don't want to find it, like we did.
Oh, always.
I mean, not that I would know, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes.
I like it. You're good, girl.
Thank you.
Good, smart lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Good
this
job.
would not be put together if it wasn't for Cherry. That's what's up.
You see Jake
This is my first time seeing your show.
We ain't seen him in months.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good job, Mr. Stark.
Thank you.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
I haven't seen it.
Altspace closed up. It is closing.
Hold on, wait. From horizon world to the entire world. Making noise to set off the fireworks. Pay attention, we gon' show you how it works. You heard it here first, be on high alert.
Thank you again.
I know it's been a minute.
You gotta get on all for the party.
Dang, I missed
One night up at Bunky's. Yeah. It was one night up at Bunky's. I had pulled up with my chunkies. Papa Pong Tony. Shots on money. I love bunkies. Bunkies love me. If it get troubling, Papa Hopper, he's aware of it. They take care of it. It was going up, yeah. I was coined up, yeah. Leave a tip or get your coins up, yeah. Grab a team number, put it in the sky. It is winning time. Let's get it eye to eye. One night up at Bunkies, yeah. It was one night up at Bunkies. I had pulled up with my chunkies. Papa Pong Tony. Shots on money. One night up at Bunkies. Yeah. It was one night up at Bunkies. I had pulled up with my chunkies.